This call is being recorded.
Remaining in your tube of protective white light, just feel yourself beginning more and more to relax, to letting go. Just focus on your breathing as you take a deep breath in and exhale out any tension, stress, negativity of any kind. So let that go out with the exhalation of your breath. Just focus on more and more relaxing, becoming centered within yourself as you breathe in the light and exhale out any darkness. Please mute your phone. Somebody doesn't have their phone muted. Breathe in the light. And exhale out the darkness. One more time, breathe in the light. And exhale out the darkness. As we do each time, focus on your chakras in your etheric body and just become aware of your chakra centers. There's 12 chakra centers, but only 8 have been activated up to this point. And not too long ago, only 7. But the 8th, the soul star chakra, has become reactivated in most, if not all, of the light working community, and some even beyond that without their even knowing about this. But see all the chakras now in perfect alignment up your spinal cord and with their respective colors. And starting from the bottom, red, the bottom chakra. The second chakra moving up, orange. The third, yellow in the solar plexus area. The fourth at the heart center, the deep blue-green. Just above the heart, the high heart center, which has also become activated, magenta. The fifth, the throat area, sky blue. The sixth, the middle of the forehead, the third eye, purple or indigo. And the seventh chakra, the crown chakra, top of the head, gold or violet or silver. And the 8th chakra, the soul star chakra, approximately a foot above the head, pure, brilliant white. And all chakras in their respective alignment and colors, and the spinning of the chakras clockwise and counterclockwise. So visualize and know energy going out in a clockwise manner from your etheric body and drawing energy in a counterclockwise manner. Energy always going in and out, so within, so without, constantly in movement, constantly in flux. And now become aware of that violet flame within you, the flame that is burning within all of you now. Feel it burning, feel it becoming stronger and stronger. Visualize that violet flame starting deep within you and growing and expanding until it's expanded out completely beyond your physical body, encompassing, engulfing your physical body in this flame that burns out all the old programming. Know that it is only the old programming that is holding you to this illusion. And if you begin more and more to let that programming go, then you move out of this third dimensional illusion. So let the violet flame now completely encompass, engulf your body, all of your spiritual bodies within you, but specifically your chakra centers, your etheric body. See it burning everything out. And the etheric body, the chakras, are what holds the programming to you, holds the memories. But let those memories go. Let them become purged out now. All the old programming, all the old memories that no longer hold sway, no longer hold you to control you any longer. You are yourself. You are your higher God self. Let go now. Let everything go that is of the old, and only be here in the perfect now, in this very moment now, as you are feeling this engulfing of the violet flame all around you. And the violet flame now growing and expanding beyond your physical form, beyond the room that you find yourself in, encompassing an entire building, home, wherever you are, if you're out in nature, just growing and expanding around all of the trees and the plants, etc., and expanding and growing. And at the same time, you have exited now out. You, your conscious knowing self, have exited out now through your third eye. Just feel yourself moving through that third eye in the middle of your forehead, that window, doorway into the astral realm, and exit out. And as you exit out, become aware of the violet flame all around you now, around your physical body, your astral body, your etheric body, and feel it growing and expanding, and your conscious knowing self rising higher and higher as this expansion of your violet flame is going on. And you have risen all the way through the sky, the clouds, out past the Earth's atmosphere, and you consistently see the violet flame growing and expanding until it's expanded around the entire planet. Just let it engulf the planet now. Visualize it engulfing the planet, or just think it so. And it is so. And see the violet flame completely engulfing the planet Earth, completely engulfing Gaia. And know that as the violet flame is engulfing Gaia, Gaia has already moved on. She has already moved on into the higher vibrational frequencies of the higher fourth and even into the fifth dimension. She has moved on, and you, the collective you, the consciousness of man, is still moving upward, moving into those higher vibrations. The vibrational frequency has already been set, and it is only the programming that holds you back now. So now see that violet flame expanding and growing to it engulfs the entire solar system. See it engulfing the entire solar system. And if you want, let yourself, your conscious knowing self, fly out, soar out all the way to the galactic central sun of this galaxy. And see the solar system engulfed in this violet flame from that point of view. Think of yourself as if you were out in a ship and you were there right alongside of the galactic central sun, and you were looking down and seeing the entire solar system engulfed in this violet flame, which also, just as it purges out all the programming of the third dimensional illusion, it also purges out all the darkness, whatever darkness there is in the solar system. And yes, there is still darkness within the solar system, but see it purging it all out completely. Get that picture within yourself, that picture, that visualization of the entire solar system now engulfed in this flame that is purging out all the old memories, the old battles, the wars, everything, just gone, gone in an instant, gone in a moment, going into the collective consciousness now, as a dream, as a potential, a possibility, but a potential that has already been written. The story has already been written. You just need now to catch up to that story. And now see those waves of energy that are still coming down to the planet via all of the suns of all of the galaxies, the central suns, the energy moving through, and all the way to the earth, to Gaia. These energy waves that have assisted Gaia herself in raising out of this third dimensional illusion. And she only holds a place now for you to hold your mind that still finds itself trapped often within this illusion. But it is only the mind. The heart has already moved on. The high heart center has already moved on. It is only the mind, and the mind that holds the body to this. The body that is made of light but has not fully taken on that light. So in a sense, it is still finding itself trapped within the illusion. But the illusion itself is no longer there. It is only the programming that holds it there. So see these waves of energy that have been coming in and are continuing to come in, raising the energy, raising the frequency vibration, and moving you further and further away from the illusion. See now the illusion itself, the veil, if you will. See it dropping. See it just becoming diminished and more diminished and diminished until it is no longer there. It completely disappears. And without the veil, there is no more darkness. The darkness is also lifted. See that as already happening. Not that it is going to happen, but that it has already happened. It has already happened in these higher vibrational frequencies, in the higher dimension, which already exists here on the planet. It is only you, your conscious knowing self, that needs to catch up to this, that needs to once and for all let go of the old programming and become who you are, true to yourself and only to yourself. And as you are true to yourself, you become true to the collective as well. And all comes together as one. And this is what this is all about. This is what the ascension is. All coming together as the one. Be the one. Everything coming together. Your higher self and their higher selves. And so on and so on. And all of your multidimensional selves. All coming together as one. See that happening now. As all of the old programming is wiped away. Forgotten forever, except what you need to hold on to. But the old memories that that only hold you to this third dimensional illusion, see them gone, see them wiped away. And in its place, only the collective oneness of all within the one and the one within the all. See that now. Feel it now. Feel the one consciousness moving through you, through your astral body, your etheric body, and even into your physical body. And your physical body, as a result of this, will hold more and more light. And as your physical body holds more light, anchors more light, then it becomes more light. Light completely illuminates all darkness. Remember that. see now life as it is meant to be, all coming together, animal, plant, mineral, and human life, all coming together as one. Just as when you have found yourselves, whenever it was, when you were out in nature, and you found yourselves near a body of water, a stream, a lake, a creek, a river, an ocean, and how you feel with those vibrations from that water. Feel what that is like and what that was like. And now know that you become one with all. You become one with the water, one with the plants, one with the trees, one with the animals and the bees. Everything becomes as one. Soaring with the birds themselves as they fly across the sky, being one with those birds. And now bring all of that back with you, back to your physical form. Find your way back to your physical form from wherever you were. And come back in, bring your etheric and your astral body back in, tuck it all back in. And come back now into a complete state of consciousness and circulation, fully revitalized and refreshed. And I am your Saint Germain. And I am here, as always, to continue to assist you and guide you as one of your guides, where there are many guides that are working with you, guides that are working alongside and within you, as well as your higher self, certainly. And all of this is coming together to bring the oneness within you, to bring you back to who you are, to bring you back to the knowing and the understanding that you are one with your multidimensional selves, and all is coming together as you are moving through this ascension process. And as you are moving through this ascension process, you have already moved into the higher vibrational frequencies and higher dimensions. It is not something you are moving to, the fifth dimension. You are already there. The only thing that is not there, that is what continues to trap you within the illusion, that would be your ego mind, that lower consciousness within you that still holds you trapped, still believes that you need to be within that illusion, and that is where you belong. But your higher knowing self within you, that collective consciousness within you, is pulling you upward, pulling you forward, pulling you out of the illusion, pulling you further and further into higher dimensional frequencies that again are already here on the earth. The earth, Gaia, has already raised herself up. She has already gone back home into those higher vibrational frequencies. And she only holds a place for you now, holds a place for your mind that must be freed, just as in the Matrix, free the mind. That is what you need to do. You need to free the mind that continues to hold you down. But your heart is already moved on. Your heart is just waiting for the rest of you to catch up. And the body, the physical body that holds light, is holding more and more light, anchoring more and more light, so that you can be able to freely lift up in the ascension process, in that first wave of ascension that you are already in now. You have already found yourself in that ascension wave. And all is coming together, as freedom is coming back to this planet, even though it may not appear to be so, that you are free, but you are. Just think about your every day that you go through and how free you really are, especially in this country, in the United States. Even though there are those that attempt to take that freedom away, they cannot. You will not allow it. You, the collective you, will not allow your freedom to be taken away. It cannot happen and will not happen, because consciousness itself is free, and you are consciousness, and in that consciousness, freedom resides. So always know that no matter what those of the darkness, those of the dark forces attempt to do, they cannot overcome your free will to be free. That is something they have attempted to do, and something they have been successful at doing with some people on this planet, actually many at this time. But those many at this time, even though they appear to be capitulating and appear to be controlled, many of them will yet awaken. Because as the ascension process continues, as the vibrations continue to increase, that will help to awaken. As the truth is revealed, that will help to awaken so many of those that still yet seem to be asleep. But they will not be asleep much longer, because there are those things that are about to happen, that are coming, that are going to bring major revealings to the planet, and certainly to this country, and which will reverberate around the entire planet. As those of the forces of light, what you call the Alliance, is working diligently behind the scenes to bring the freedom to this country and to the entire planet. There are those that you would not even know that are in the control process now, that are in the control process of taking over those of the cabal forces, because the cabal forces cannot hold on any longer. They cannot hold on to the dark as the light is streaming forth. They cannot be in those shadows as they are completely illuminated by the light more and more, by truth, by understanding, by revealing. It is not possible. So they have come out of the shadows and are revealing themselves for what they are. And as they are revealing themselves for what they are, you, the collective consciousness of mankind, is now beginning to see what they have held back. All that they have held back, all of the darkness they have held within them is coming forward now. And it must be so. It must happen in this way, so that those of the founding fathers of this country, what they set out to do is now about to be revealed much, much more than what it has been up to this point. And nothing, no thing can stop it at this time. For it is destined. You are destined to be free to not only move anywhere you want in this world, on this planet, but to move throughout the stars. You came from the stars, and you are returning back to the stars. And it is not something that can be held back. It is not something that can be stopped. Held back, yes, they have held it back for some time, but it is not something that can be stopped. For all is to be revealed. The truth shall indeed set you all free. I am your Saint Germain, and I leave you now in peace and love and oneness, and that the violet flame continue to purge out all that is of the old, all that is of the old programmed illusion that continues to hold your minds, but free your minds. Peace and love be with all of you. Om Mani Padme Om Om Mani Padme Om. Greetings to you, one who serves here, Shoshana here, and we are ready to answer your questions if you have them. We have no direct message, as that was a wonderful message from Saint Germain. And we will tell you, though, that many, many more wonderful messages are coming, not only through this one, James, but through many of the different sources, as things really begin to ramp up. That is somewhat of a hint. We cannot give you more on that at this point. We are ready for your questions, though. Do you have questions here?
Yes, one who serves. This is Linda.
Yes.
I had heard of a momentary or a brief message from Michael Love, Palladian message, about the light rays that have been coming to Earth. Now I believe this is day 11. I believe they started on April 30th, activating DNA processes within each human. And I'm wondering if you can explain a little bit more about these energies from the central sun and what further effects people might enjoy or feel. Thank you.
My goodness, these light rays, these waves of energy have been coming in for some time, not only for 10 days, but for many, many decades even this has been happening. And it continues to happen, and they continue to gain in intensity, grow stronger and stronger, because those here on the planet are able to take it more and more, take these energies within them, and be able to handle them within their central nervous system. This is what you experienced, many of you, in the last several years, as these energies have been coming in, and you have been feeling the effects of these within your central nervous system, creating many of the so-called ascension symptoms that have been spoken of. And these are continuing, but they will become less and less because you are becoming more and more acclimated to these stronger energies. And they are going to get stronger and stronger, but so are you. So do not be concerned about this. These light rays, these gamma light rays that have been coming in, gamma, which is associated more with the fifth dimensional frequencies, all of this is coming in. Now, if you would look back maybe 30, 40, 50 years, your central nervous system taking on this type of light energy, the rays would not be able to handle it. So that is why these energies had to be stepped down over a period of time. Stepped down so that the energies were able to be withstood here on the planet, but gaining in intensity as the people are ready to be able to handle them. No need to be concerned about nature in terms of plants and animals and mineral. They are already able to take these energies because they are already in the higher frequency vibrations. Okay, Shoshana, do you have anything you add?
We will share. May we share?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Dear sister, we will ask a question. What has been your experience of these light rays?
My vision is better. My mood is more joyful. My ability to communicate with others is at a greater ease. I communicate more with animals. I am finding beautiful minerals and collecting them. It has been joyful on every level and every experience for every sense that I own.
Dear sister, that is wonderful news. And we will say that the goal is to have the biological DNA of the being be the exact copy of the DNA of the etheric body. And as that progresses, the human becomes the superhuman, which becomes the divine self. Namaste.
Wonderful. Would there be other questions here?
Moses here.
Okay.
Go ahead, sister.
Moses. Go ahead, honey. Go ahead, Moses.
Okay, thank you. Happy Mother's Day. I wanted to understand a little bit more about the meaning of ascension. A lot of times I hear that people that are passing on, they are also ascending. So if ascending is just dropping dead, what is the real meaning of ascension? Thank you.
Ascension is not, as you say, dropping or passing on in the death process. When one passes on in the death process, they have not necessarily ascended. Could they have? Yes. But often it is not that case, because they have not been ready for that. They have not released all of the attachments that they needed to while they were here on the planet, in whatever lifetime it may have been. Now, if they did release the attachments, if they were ready for ascension and they did pass on in the death process, then yes, they have ascended. But we are not speaking of in terms of the death process here for your ascension. We are talking in terms of you're taking your physical bodies with you. Now, not your physical body as they are now. That could not be. But to spiritualize, if you will, to crystallize your physical body so that it is ready to be able to take the light that is necessary to bring you through the ascension. The ascension is the connection with your full connection and the knowing of that connection with your higher God self and all of your multidimensional selves. In a sense, to come home, to come back to where you started from to begin with, and to be who you fully are. That is ascension. When you hear of those that have ascended, such as Yeshua, when he went through his ascension process, when he ascended fully, he did not physically die. His body did not physically decompose or anything of this nature. He took his body with him. He was one to show the way. I am the way, the truth, and the life, he said. And this is what he was showing as a way shower, just as you are the way showers now in the first wave of ascension. And you are going to show the way, and you are the way, the truth, and the life. Okay, Shoshana?
We do not add to this.
Very good. Was this sufficient of an answer for you, dear Moses?
Indeed. So it sounds like it's like stopping the reincarnation process. Is that what I gathered?
It is indeed stopping the incarnation process. Once you have fully ascended, there is no need. Now, notice we say need here to incarnate again, but you will incarnate, but it is not in a karmic sense any longer. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Yes. Would there be other questions here?
Yes, I had a question. This is Rita.
Yes.
And I had almost the same question as Moses had. But I would like to add to that, to my question. I often wondered when it was that Jesus ascended. Was it in the tomb, or was it in what the New Testament says, that he went up on the mount, something, and went up in a cloud? And that was ascension, about 500 was there. Can you tell me which one, or was it any, both of those, or one of those, when he ascended? Because he didn't die on the, you know.
Yes. When he fully ascended was when he came back and shown himself to those of his loved ones. But he was in a somewhat of a physical body, but it was a light body. a light physical body, if you will. So they were able to see him, but it was not a direct physical body as they were in, you see? So that was the time, you would say, when he was fully ascended. And then he ascended into the clouds, as they say here. It was more than just this, though. But that was when we would say was his ascension.
Okay. Now, in my vision, all along since I found out that Jesus didn't die on the cross, that when he went up in a cloud, I thought the cloud was covering a big ship and he was being beamed up. But the people watching thought he went ascended up, and that was his ascension. Did I have anything right there?
Very much so. That is very much more than has been given in your history books and all of this. Much within the Bible that you have utilized as your authority, you might say. Not you specifically, but you as a collective, you as the authority. It speaks of those things which those people did not understand at the time. But yes, you are correct in that assessment here. There has been many instances of this. When Moses climbed the mountain and he spoke to what he called God, he was speaking to a being that was there within a ship. And there were many, many instances of this that are depicted within your Bible and your great works, but not directly understood as this. Because that would change everything to begin to believe and understand that you are certainly not alone in this universe.
The other time was when he took Peter and James and John, I think, up on the mountain. I don't know what they called it. Not Sinai, that's where Moses went. But someone spoke to him while the disciples went to sleep. And that was spoken from a ship to them. Who was that now?
That was the transfiguration. That was preceding the ascension.
Oh. Well,
we will ask here. Shoshana, do you have anything you add? No, nothing. Okay.
Can I continue for a minute? Forgive me for taking time here.
Yes, one more. We take one more.
Okay. One more was, so Jesus' mission to me is happening now more than then, because they didn't understand what he was here for. Now we are going through what he was preaching, or teaching, I should say. Now, this is the time, and I believe that's why he came here. Then, was to prepare us for now. Is that correct?
What we can tell you is you are the second coming. It is not Yeshua that is coming back, although he is, but not in that sense. You are the second coming. You are the ones that are now showing the way, just as he showed the way. You are those way showers. So everything that he came to do, you are now doing. Do you understand this?
Thank you so much, and I'm just glad to get that confirmed. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Bless you.
Yes. Would there be other questions here now?
Yes, dear. This is Lorelei. Hello,
yes.
My dear one. One quick thing, and then I wanted to ask a little more depth. My cat has not been eating much. I'm inclined to think that he maybe is living off adamantine particles, and this is something I should not worry about because he, like me, is feeling the ascension energies. Would that be accurate?
Shoshana, would you like
to share here? May we share, dear sister?
Yes, please. Thank you.
He has grown tired of the food you are giving him. He wishes to have a variation. So we would advise you to provide this being with a more nutritious diet, and you must do a little research on this, as this one wishes to be fed differently. Namaste.
Okay, because I already feed him the most expensive organic food there is. So now I'm confused.
And we wish to add here. May we add?
Yes, please.
We will ask a question. Is this food in a can?
Yes.
That is not the food he wishes to have. There are many foods that you can feed your beings that would be more nutritiously assimilated into their bodies, and this is not in a can, you see. That is convenience. That is the manufacturer providing convenience for you, but it is not a whole food. You must do some research.
Okay, because I've been told not to give him the dry stuff because he's male and he's prone to urinary infections.
We are not suggesting dry food. We are suggesting whole food. We are suggesting raw meat. We are suggesting things the beings that have come here to be with you are not used to having the food that is provided and manufactured. They are used to prey. They are used to eating mice.
Oh.
They're used to eating things that are prey. So we will tell you, and you must do your research on this, that an animal such as this must be fed according to the wild, according to what it would have eaten. And it would not have a canned food, you see. It does not matter if it is called organic. Not cooked, yes.
Not cooked.
Oh. Do you find that these beings in the wild cook their food?
That's such a good. Okay, all right, I appreciate it. Okay, thank you so much.
Do your research on this, dear sister. The beings that have come to be with you still wish to have the diet of the wild. Namaste.
Okay.
And we would add here, this goes for all of your various pets, those ones that are your loved ones that are dependent on you for their sustenance. Just as Shoshana has given. If they were in the wild, such as dogs, which come from the wolves, do wolves cook their food? No. Wolves prey upon whatever it is that they come upon, and they will take that into themselves. So it is raw meat or whatever it might be that they would take into themselves. So dogs, cats, all of this, the same.
Give this cat a fish. That is what they would eat.
Okay. Oh, great. Okay. All right. Can I ask my other question?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you so much. That's really helpful. So regarding our loved ones who pass on, I've had some extraordinary loved ones who I thought perhaps because they were so extraordinary that perhaps they had come here as a contribution. They did not need to go through the ascension process with us here on Earth. And so they left and went back to whatever higher vibrational dimension when they passed away they were at. I'm talking specifically about, for instance, my friend Karen, my father, my husband, former husband. Would this be accurate for some people that they come here, they make a contribution, and they go back to the higher dimensions? They don't need to go through ascension.
Most definitely. They have their life path. They have their contract that they sign before coming in. And they do what they came in to do, and then they leave. This is a process. It goes on and on and on, has for infinity here. So, it is nothing to be concerned about, for as we have said many times, you will see them again. You will be with them again. It is always that way.
We will share.
Yes.
So there, okay, please do, yes.
Thank you. May we add to this then?
Yes, please.
Dear sister, the process that you call ascension has many levels. The beings on this planet that include yourself are working on the ascension to the fifth dimension, you see. They're working on that level. There are many beings that come to the planet as you described that are helpful, that have a mission, that are ascended when they come. They already have experienced their ascension process in another life or in another, even in another planet, you see, and they have come here. So when you say they did not have to go through the ascension process, that is not quite accurate. They already did. And they are simply using their divine self to complete a mission on this planet on behalf of humanity. Namaste.
And always remember, you all come from an ascended state to begin with. You are not, this is not your first go-around, we will say here. You have been ascended beings before and allowed yourselves to volunteer to come here and drop down in vibration purposefully. And you are returning back to where you came from. Okay?
So then, would it be fair to say that there are two sets of people happening here, two sets of beings who have never ascended before, and they're going to go through this process for the first time, and those who came back to assist them as well, and some of them may go through it, or some of them may just leave. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
That is very correct.
Yes.
Okay, great. Awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question. Are the bad guys, the cabal, big pharma, forcing some celebrities and famous people to do their bidding? There was a big, huge charity thing last weekend, the big, huge concert, where they had some people that I was actually surprised because I thought that they were on the good side, such as Prince Harry, talking about getting the vaccine and talking about why they need to get the vaccine. And I'm wondering if they're forcing, like, because Prince Harry left the monarchy and he moved to California. I thought he was more awake. I'm wondering if they're forcing these people to do this, or maybe CGI or an actor, or could you shine some light on that, please?
Yes, we will not speak directly about various ones you are speaking of here, but we will talk in general terms. Those, there have been many that have been, as you say, blackmailed and coerced in various ways into doing those things which they knew to be wrong for them, but they were trapped into it in many respects. Now, that is not all, but many have, in this sense, been brought into the dark side in this way. And there are those, of course, that are directly related to the various bloodlines that have been within this cabal, within this Illuminati for a very, very long, long time. And this is different from those that have been trapped into this. Now, that is not to say that those have been trapped into this are, completely in the right or whatever. They will receive their just rewards, as we will say here, just as others will too here. So, you have to understand that there are many that are encompassed with this entire system, both the light and the dark, that do not directly have their say over everything. Not so much the light, but the dark, that do not have direct say in this. And they will be worked with individually as the need comes up here. You understand this? And maybe Shoshana can spread more light here on this?
We will share.
Yes,
They will
please.
share, dear sister. Dear
Yes,
sister.
please.
Dear sister, it is clear and obvious that those that participate in these types of activities have sold themselves out. It does not matter if they were coerced. It doesn't, because there is always choice.
Yes.
It does not matter if they were blackmailed. There is always choice. These individuals have chosen the dark side because they have been anchored by the elixirs of the third dimension completely. They have joined the dark side. Anytime you see any beings promoting a sinister activity such as a foreign substance to be introduced into the body to control the immune system, you must understand they know exactly how it operates, but they have sold themselves out. Namaste.
Yes, wonderful.
Yeah, I was just wondering if possibly in some situations it's not really them, that it's, black screen, CGI, or even an actor, kind of like the Biden president. So I was wondering if maybe there's that type of shenanigans going on too.
Yes, dear sister, in some cases there are. We cannot give more on this because we are not allowed to. But we will tell you that many of these beings are themselves, you see. Namaste.
Yeah. Namaste.
Very good. We'll take one more question, and then we are ready for the email question, and then release the panel.
Yes, I have a question. May I ask a question?
Yes, then we will take two more questions because we heard two of you on there. Yes.
After we get our country back and our freedom back, which I'm very much hoping it will be this year, my question is about the med beds and availability after, obviously the children are healed and the military are healed. When will it be our turn to be able to access the help of the med beds for healing?
What you are asking about is a time frame, and as you know, we do not give time frames here, but it is all based again on vibrational frequency. So as the frequency continues to rise, then you will come to be able to ascertain or be able to be available to those various technologies that have been held back, such as the med beds and all of this. The med beds which will lead to the celestial chambers. So it is a beginning process, and you are in that beginning process now, as this is it is all beginning because you are beginning to hear more and more about this. This is being revealed in various ways, more and more, such as about the med beds and these types of things. They are already available. They just need to be brought out to the general public here.
Are they in production as well to make more for this country?
Not so much at this time. They are very minimal at this time. But that will be ramped up when the frequencies rise enough for this.
Yeah, I heard there are several in Europe as well.
In order
in
for
one
that
country or so, but it's wonderful.
hold on. In order for that to be, there needs to be the release of all of the dark forces first. The cabal, all of those need to be removed from the situation in whatever way that will be.
Totally
Otherwise,
understand.
they will attempt to block all of this.
Yes.
Just as they have been. Yes. Shoshana, do you have anything?
We do not add to this.
Very good. Then we take the one more question, and then we are ready for your email question and release. Yes.
Thank you. The one who says, there's a satellite being put in place to orbit the Earth. So my question is, there have been a lot of sighting, and a lot of people are not aware of that. And me, myself, for a minute, I got excited and I thought it was like a mothership coming, showing up to Earth. So I'm wondering, are all those sightings 100% just the satellite, or is like a portal, like an open door for our galactic family to start showing up for us and for those who do not believe? Yeah. So,
what we will tell you is, it is always in this respect, for those that have eyes to see and ears to hear. So there are those that will look up in the skies and will see many different depictions of ships and all of this. And even in looking through the clouds and seeing what you are calling the cloud ships and these types of things. All of this is there. It is just that not all are seeing it, but more and more are seeing it now because the dimensional barrier is dropping more and more. So many are seeing the bleed-through effect as they are seeing the ships that are within the higher fourth and even fifth dimension. They are able to see them more because the barrier is dropping between the dimensions. You see, and what we would call the bleed-through effect is happening more and more often. And yes, there are those portals that are opening as a result of this as well. And these ships move freely through these portals, and again, they are moving interdimensionally. So you being the collective you here on the planet, more and more are being able to see and witness these types of events. Shoshana.
We will share here. May we share?
Yes, please.
What is the most important part of this is that each continue to raise their vibration and raise their consciousness. We will tell you that those beings that those have looked into the sky and seen are not landing on your planet because the vibration is not high enough. So if you wish to participate in meeting your family or riding on a ship, as so many of you wish to have, the focus must be to raise your vibration moment by moment. And when you achieve a matched vibration, you will then be participating in these events. Namaste.
Very good. And we take your one email question now, and then we will release.
Thank you very much. Namaste.
Yes, thank you. The question is, will the Arizona election audit reveal, what will it reveal to the public, and will that trigger a military response?
First of all, we cannot tell you directly what will be revealed here, but we can tell you that there will be revealing. So not to spoil the surprise that is coming as a result of that, this particular activity, as well as what will follow this particular activity. That is what is even more important as these things come to light, come to show and reveal the truth here. That is what this whole thing is about at this time, as you are moving more and more fully through your ascension process. In order for this to be, the truth must be revealed. Okay, Shoshana?
We will add to this. It is not so much what this will reveal. It is more about the consciousness of the leadership that is providing the space to create this next level of truth to be revealed, you see. What must happen and what must all beings that wish to see a change in the consciousness of humanity, each one must pray for the consciousness of the leadership to remain high, to remain tied to the truth, as there are multiple influences occurring at this moment, and each that makes the intention and the prayer to surround these leaders with light and love and compassion and appreciation for their courage, this will move forward. It is all up to the collective at this point. Namaste.
Very good. Then, do you have any parting message, Shoshana?
I do not.
Very good. Then we will just say to continue to find the light within all of this. Find the truth within all of this. Allow your discernment to continue to work through you. And do not become involved in these third-dimensional theatrics that are going on. And we use that term theatrics purposefully here. Do not become involved in that. Simply watch it, be aware of it, and just let it pass by you. And be as much and more as possible in the higher vibrational frequencies, which are already here now in this moment. Mm-hmm. Shanti, peace be with you. Be the one.
Thank you.